It is 15. So all three of them hit you. This is going to hurt. You take 3,
Oh,
you take 5, and you take 6, which is a lot.
alright, cool. So I get bit.
3 times
Uh-huh.
by some pretty angry sharks.
Oh, yeah.
You're pretty bit up right now, but you also, between the two of you, you're hitting this thing pretty hard. If Mason's not here, Monty's next.
All right. Monty will attempt to finish getting out of the water.
Yeah. Make a dash,
Okay.
or you can walk, but
I
yeah,
assume if I want to do it in one turn, it's gonna be a
it's going to be
dash.
a dash to get there in one turn.
Yeah, I'll do a dash.
Okay. So you are back up on shore.
And since I haven't been attacked or taken damage, and I'm not going to attack this round because I assume I can't see any sharks, right? They're underwater with the.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when I emerge from the water, I'm
You
like
are
a
emerged
dark.
from the water and kind of on the beach.
Okay, cool.
And
When I
Ujo's,
emerge, I'm sort of like a dark brown
yeah, just
compared to the normal gray wolf form. It's kind of hard to see my eyes, and I look like I'm basically a giant walking rock with
right.
fur-like patterns. And as the rage ends, this will sort of like fall off, like it's a rock covering onto the ground as
Nice.
my normal appearance appears again.
Just straight up gargoyle style.
Yep.
All right. Estrella. You can kind of see them, but you're going to be at disadvantage to hit from where
Okay.
from where you're at.
Let's see.
I want to heal.
Yeah. So we will cast. Should be within range. I don't know why this is used. Okay. Oh, that's not the best roll in the world.
I mean, it's okay. It's not a very powerful spell because
Yeah,
it's
fair.
it's a healing word, so it's only the D4 one.
D4 plus my modifier, right?
Yeah. So you rolled a 3 or a 2. It's about average.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, heal Ujo.
All right. He's up a little. Yeah, you can in fact heal Ujo. So Ujo is back up to 10.
So thank you.
Anything else with your action? Because that was a bonus action.
For the bonus
You can
section?
fire a cantrip or something.
Yeah. I said I'll be at disadvantage.
Yep. Wow, that's pretty good. 15 still hits.
Okay. And
You hit the shark.
perfect.
Bark, bark.
We'll just go for this one.
Yeah.
And last turn.
Sounds good. Ujo, there is one fairly injured shark, and there is 2 pretty good sharks.
I'm kind of outnumbered here,
Yeah.
so can I try and make a dash for the shore?
So you can take what's called a disengage action, because if you left them, remember how you got that free hit? They would get the same free hit on you. But you
Alright.
can take the disengage action, which means you can't go as far, but they also don't get to hit you.
I think I should probably try that.
Okay, so you can disengage and basically get up on shore next to Mani.
Okay.
Because you had less vertical distance to travel.
Okay.
He had like a walk and a climb.
Yeah.
All right, the reef sharks are circling out in the bay. What do you guys do? There are sharks in the bay. I think the injured one is going to swim off, but it's hard to see. All right. Next up is Mani. What are you doing?
Now that everyone's on shore and the sharks seem to just be going about their day, he'll just sort of plop down in the sand to catch his breath and address all the bleeding bite wounds he's covered in.
Yeah. Yeah, like a couple. They didn't actually take like any chunks of skin out. You just now have a bunch more cuts on you. They look kind of neat. You've never been injured in this specific way before.
Fair.
They're like much more razor sharpy than some of the other bites. So it actually is a pretty clean cut to patch up. And you're not sure if the water disinfected it or made it worse.
Ye old ocean water.
Yep. Alright, so you're pretty well patched up, and the good news is you did manage to get the chain around the thing. And you got the chain is anchored, so you can all haul it back up. Is that the plan?
Mani will actually look at Straya. Could you stop some of this bleeding? I'm a little lightheaded.
No problem. And Destroy will fly over and...
Yeah. The good news
Ooh.
is you have plenty of Cure Wound spell points. Bling! Get you 5 more.
Alright. I'm back to a double digit, so I'm happy with a double digit.
Yeah.
It's in at 6, I was a little worried.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, Mani will get up after that, and he'll walk over to the chain tied up on the post, and he'll unwrap it from there.
Alright. And Ujo can help you.
And then he'll wrap it around like his waist.
Yep. And just start pulling back.
Yep, start trying to walk down, well, I guess up the dock.
Cool.
Towards the shore.
Get a athletics at advantage.
Alright.
It's going to be a biggish number, but you're a big boy. You are, in fact, a big boy. And you Hercules that. And through tremendous fortitude, you drag it back up on shore.
Holy shit. Alright.
with the crit.
Hell yeah. Alright.
That was pretty close to what I was going to have to be anyway.
Fair. As soon as Mani's done with this, because, like, this visibly hurt. Like,
yeah.
His claws were digging into the wood of the bridge. It was cracking a little bit.
You definitely reopened all of your wounds.
He's bleeding again. He just sort of, like, topples over onto the ground as soon as he sees it's on shore.
Ujo, would you like to carry him back?
Sure.
Sweet.
Sure thing.
Alright. Between all of you, you get the thing to the shore where Wraithmore can recover it later in the morning, and you guys make it pretty successfully back to the guild hall. Dun 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 dun.
In his, like, half unconscious state, Ujo, you'll just sort of hear Mani, "Oh, you wyverns aren't all that bad," and he sort of just, like, gently pats your head and goes back to not being really all there.
It's
And
funny
yeah.
because he's basically just like kind of got under you and lifted up, and you're just like being carried along.
I'm floating.
Yeah. Like your legs and
Fluffy
arms are
dog.
still dragging on the ground.
Yeah.
You're like being half dragged. He's not like weak. It's a 16 strength, but still.
It's strong, but it's the size
Right.
difference.
You're just so much bigger.
Yeah.
And fortunately, because you got the dragon vision, you don't need to see to maneuver.
Okay.
Where were you? There we go. Yeah, because of your dragon sense, you just don't even have to see, but you keep going anyway.
Okay.
So you make it to the back to the guild hall. Wraithmore is really happy. He's excited. He doesn't actually seem to notice how wounded you are.
Blissfully unaware of how hard that was.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Well, hope you enjoy the hoverboard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I
Thumbs
do.
up.
All right, so y'all are back together.
Flit's just over in a corner. Flit's just over in a corner at a work table, just surrounded by little nuts and bolts and things, completely oblivious to everything around her.
If you'd
Goes in
like,
her work.
during that time, you can have done the ritual to cast one of your gizmos.
I don't even remember what kind of gizmos I have. It was just flavor more than anything else.
Hoverboard and invisible serpent, or a hoverboard and a little serpent drone.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I don't see any reason for it right now, but
Okay.
no, just nose to the grindstone, just messing around.
Okay, just kind of practicing,
Yeah.
almost like trying to reverse engineer Manny's board or Mason's board.
Yeah. Doing
Yeah.
some research on that, just
Yep.
trying to figure out how the guy did it.
How big is is there a? I'm going to get a little bit of exploring in the guild itself. Is there any areas where I can basically get on this board and just play around a little bit?
There's not, but they do mention that he got this idea from. Let me see which one it is. One of the wards. He saw some people messing around with something like this. It was Heart's Farthing. Some people have started to develop this sort of board technology. And there are like skate parks over there. From what you can understand, Heart's Farthing is the sport district. There's a couple of arenas. They do some underground. They do some MMA stuff there. It's not really underground because everybody knows it, but that's where that's at.
Basically, like Fight Club over there.
Yeah, and they got skate parks and a whole bunch of different sports stuff. People like their sports here, so.
What time of day is it?
Getting pretty close to midnight.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
I asked the guild.
What do you ask him? I think my system is starting to die. Give me 1 second to get out and get back in. Alright. Let's try this again. What did you say to the guildmaster? Anybody?
Here.
There we go.
But I don't hear anybody. But you.
I can hear you guys.
Okay. Mason, what did you say to the guildmaster?
I asked him, since it is getting to be around midnight, does he have a place where we can basically sleep for the night?
You have rooms at an inn.
Oh,
Okay.
we're staying at that drunken knave place.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll yawn, and I'll basically tell you guys, look, I'm going back to the room. I'm going back to the nave.
Ujo agrees because I think he needs to sleep off the beating he got.
Right, that was a little violent. All right, so everybody's just going back to the hotel. Your
Yep.
inn
Yeah,
tavern
it
place.
sounds good.
All right. You get a fairly restful night's sleep. We'll take this minute to, if anybody needs to run off, run to the bathroom or something,
Okay.
go ahead, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
All right.
So go ahead and take that. I'm just going to finish drawing
Cool.
this, then I'm going to go myself. I'm drawing the sports ward. There's a lot of sportses.
Okay.
All right, cool. See y'all in a minute.
Yep.
Yep.
And we will be right back. And we are not back yet because my mic is still muted. Is my mic good? Why is my mic... Okay, now I have a mic. Yay! And I believe I'm capturing the right audio. Yay!
Hey, Cassidy.
Yeah. What up?
Have you played any of like the new stuff that they added for the SNES?
Holy shit! Everybody go play Night, whatever the new game is for the
Nightshade.
NES. Everybody go play that. That is one of my all-time favorite games.
Cause I'm playing a fighting game right now called Are You Tough Enough?
Yeah,
Or
that one's
whatever.
alright.
Yeah,
But
it's weird.
holy shit, everybody go play Nightshade. That is literally one of my all-time favorite Nintendo games. If you say, hey Cass, what's your favorite obscure Nintendo game? It's Nightshade. I never in a million years expected them to put that on here.
Mine is Street Fighter 2010.
That's pretty good. That's not exactly obscure though.
Well, it is because
It is. It's a pretty specific version.
Like considering it's nothing has nothing to do with Street Fighter.
Yeah. All right, cool. I think we are back, ready to go. Let's finish this out. Everybody gets a long rest. Does everybody know what that means?
How do we do that in
Everything-
Roll20? Is
Hold
there a button to press or anything?
on. There is actually.
isn't.
So
Is there-
I get my spell points back.
I think there is type exclamation point long rest
Where at?
in chat.
Okay. You said exclamation.
Oh, typed it wrong.
I don't know if it's gonna work, but it says it should work. I added
Is
the
there
thing.
a space in between the exclamation point
One
and
word.
the okay?
One word. This is one of the things that I added recently.
It's not popping up, so that means
Yeah.
Oh wait,
nothing
no.
came up.
Type. Hold on. I guess I have to do it. Long rest. Long rest. We're gonna do Ujo first because she has the shortest name. He has the shortest name. Did anything happen to Ujo?
I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks like it's back up to 19.
Sweet. All right. Let me long rest everybody.
All right.
Mason. Flit. I don't know if it'll work for Mounty because of your stupid. And then Estrella. Let me know if that worked for you, Mounty.
Let's have a look. No, sadly, due to my name.
Right. I was like, why did you have to pick that name with your little weird letter that I can't copy yet? There it is. All right. Copy.
I'm calling them. I've actually been calling it right. Usually I get it Manny.
Okay, that should have worked. It did not. Well, if it didn't work on anybody, you can just manually reset all your things in your character sheet. So just
Mine dropped down to 1 spell point.
Yeah, my spell slots are.
yeah. Let me just put them
Screw
back.
it. I think the only thing that I was missing on mine was really just spell points. Whoops, too many.
Yeah, I didn't update the spell points.
Okay.
Or
whatever.
runic points for me.
And I mean
I think I
my
just
Right.
tried to.
hit points, which should be 32.
Oh, there
so
we go.
28.
Oh, I didn't see that before.
Yeah. Looks like Estrella is all the way back to full. I don't know if you up, no, you 2 down. There you go.
I manually adjusted it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it looks like you did. That's fine. Yeah, for the most part, you just manually adjust it, pop your hit points back to full, take away a level of exhaustion if you have one,
Okay.
and you get all your spell points back. You get all your points back. Although Astrea, you only get one action surge. There.
Okay.
All right, everybody wakes up. They had you had a no particularly bizarre dreams. Everybody managed to wake up successfully. Nobody woke up dead, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's usually
That
a
works.
positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Feel free to put yourself in whatever room you want. You guys each get to claim. Okay. 'Tis bright and early.
We're still in the
Right,
the
I was like, hold
overview.
on, let me put you in the right spot. Because I can just switch back and forth however I want. I have to drag you guys to them.
Okay. I was gonna say I couldn't see anything that you were talking about.
Right, I was like, oh, wait, you're not here, are you? Hold on.
I liked this room over here. No dying. Dying is not allowed.
I'm working on it. Alright,
I
we're
was
good now.
I was actually told by a former boss that if I died, I was fired.
Yeah, I get told frequently that I don't have permission to die. Okay. It is the next the next morning. They do have a light breakfast available at this tavern.
Delicious.
It is definitely a light breakfast, but let me see what this light breakfast is.
Probably something that a 5-star chef,
Nah, it's not
a
that good.
5-star chef makes.
It's like a kind of a rice bowl, like one of those Japanese style morning like rice
Like
bowls.
kanji.
Yeah, kanji. That's what I was going for. I'm like, you know what this is? It's rice for breakfast.
Rice porridge.
And there's a lot of fruit, local fruits, a decent amount of bread. It's like an okay breakfast. Kanji, bread, fruits, possibly a pancake or two.
Oh, okay.
Some little bits of like cured meat, like bacony stuff. We did work out that animals are a thing. Like regular animals to eat are a thing,
Right.
and there's technically you tend to try to avoid to eat animals of your own species, but like it won't hurt you. It's more of just very rude.
Right. Even more so, if they have like the rice, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take some vegetable. I'll take some fruit.
Yeah. They have
Maybe
like
some orange
carrots and
juice.
stuff too, like chopped up carrots, like a nice little carrot slaw with
Yeah.
vinegar, kind of a raspberry dressing.
See what I mean? This is like 5-star. This is like Michelin 5-star. This is stuff that like Gordon Ramsay cooks on.
This is like 2-star. It's just because you stay at shitty ass hotels.
Australia would
Exactly.
take
Hey, we're not paying for it. It's
Exactly.
fine.
You're in like a mid-grade hotel.
Yeah, it's like a Super 8.
A
Yeah,
little bit.
Australia
Drew
step
has a
above
serving
that.
of everything.
Okay, a Holiday Inn Express. Fine.
It's you're at an actual Holiday Inn.
So this is our version of a continental
Oh.
breakfast, then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a step above that. You're not motel, but you're also not like those fancy ass hotels that there's only one of, like the Broadmoor
Ritz.
or the Ritz.
Right, right.
This is like a pretty good chain hotel that you can get a membership at. Basically, it's the kind of hotels that I stayed at when I was traveling, but y'all don't know what that is, so it's not very helpful.
Uh, it's a double tree.
Yeah. Actually, this probably is a double tree. Okay. So it's a pretty decent breakfast. Everybody feels better and refreshed, and you kind of have an open agenda for the day. You can head to whichever ward you guys want to head to.
Have our papers come in from the guild hall?
Yep, the guild hall delivered them this morning. They were waiting for you there.
I distribute them amongst the people. This should keep the guard from harassing us too much.
Should.
Shows that we're not. Should. I mean, they're still assholes, but it at least give some legitimacy to being in town.
Right.
Right.
So long as they don't shoot first and ask questions later.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, as a result of last night, they probably would. They probably still might, but just claim that.
Yeah, you're not sure if they were lying or not.
Yeah. Well.
Either way,
it was
very rude of them to actually shoot you.
Right.
It's just a little bit of paper armor. I know it's not worth a whole lot, but it's worth something.
Right.
Yeah.
It's it's a formality type thing. I got it.
Yeah. And I'm nothing if not formal.
Again, this is one of those because I rolled for this kind of thing happening. Like, how was this going to go down? And I didn't want to make it topical, but these things happen, and
Dice, man.
I guess we're just going to be topical, so it's all good. So where do you guys want to go?
I am going to go to the. What was it? The Heart Farthing?
Yeah, Heart's Farthing, which is a whole bunch west and a little bit north.
Well, I ask. Crap. Which one? Flit? Was it? Flit is the tinkerer, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I asked Flit, like, do you want to come with me and see if there's any other contraptions in that area that are like my board?
Like the sports district?
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely on the way to where I wanted to head. So yeah, I'll go along with you.
It's kind of a little bit the long way, I think, if you're heading toward the
It's a roundabout, but I'm headed that general direction.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, we can pass through there on the way.
Is everybody going with them, or you guys going somewhere else?
Monty.
What would the touristy spots be?
Man, now I gotta look.
Sorry.
I was busy like partitioning off the map, and then you're like, "Where is this plot relevant thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I actually should know that." So the sports district is Heart's Farthing, but More Farthing is more of like the touristy area. That's where like the zoo is.
Ujo would be interested in that.
Yeah, there's like a casino there. It's the entertainment district. It is
wait,
fortunately.
wasn't there a? Maybe changing my mind. The collector in the Tower Borough.
Yes.
We want to talk to him
Yes.
at some point. It's on the way to Heart's Farthing, though.
Kinda.
Well, again, kind of a roundabout way.
Yeah, like none of these are too terribly apart from each other.
Yeah.
There's going to be a residential area right near you guys. Since you have your paperwork, you're going to not have any trouble getting from like the inner to the outer district. That would have been a problem if you didn't have paperwork.
Oh.
But fortunately, y'all have connections.
Nice.
This is why backgrounds are good.
Yeah.
On the way there, I want to look for, I guess, shrines that were dedicated to the, I guess, shrine that I work for.
So how the shrines basically work is beastlings have two sorts of gods, three sorts of gods. There are your family gods, so that's basically your ancestors,
Okay.
who you call to for advice and protection and stuff. And then there are the like elder elementals, who are that's probably the shrine you're working for. And then
The
there's
shrine of the elder. The shrine of the elder.
like yeah, shrine of the elder flame or something.
Okay. Hey, that's actually. I'll work with that.
Yeah, like something. Whoops, don't want that.
Shrine of the fire emblem.
Right, it's just something along those lines. Those are reasonably common, and that's probably the most universal. And then each like species has a few specific like deities. There's some like clan deities, so like there's like a thunderbird, but there's also like a storm wolf, that kind of thing.
Right.
So you have like like not elemental, but like almost Native American style, like natural beings of your particular species. And while
Okay.
those
So kind of
shrines,
like the creator. So kind of like the creator is I have my own
yeah,
Phoenix.
right. So there'd be like a phoenix and a thunderbird, but also the dogs have like the hellhound and the storm wolf as their equivalent gods.
Okay.
So like each of the major racial factions has their own like version of it.
Right.
And they're not even then they're not necessarily all universal. You know, different tribes may believe that the phoenix represents fiery damnation, while others believe that phoenix is purification through fire, that sort of
Right.
thing.
I would think that the Phoenix is fire.
Yeah,
Or it's fire. It's fire, obviously.
generally
It's
fire
cleansing.
themed, but like there's a lot of
It's
religions, so you kind of find a friendly shrine that's close enough, and then just go with that.
right.
It's kind of
Which
like
is
it's kind of like
that's basically
yeah.
like what I'm looking for, just to have it in my repertoire for later on if I need it.
It's kind of like when you go to a new town, you may not necessarily find your exact church, but you're gonna find something close enough.
Right.
All right. Where? Okay, so who's going where? You're looking for a shrine.
Probably going to the zoo.
Yeah.
Ujo's going to the zoo. You guys are all splitting up. You hate me.
I'm
Me
sorry.
Me and Flit are going to the sporting district.
Okay, cool.
And Monty would love to go to the market.
Okay. Which market
Yeah.
does Monty want to go to?
Well, he doesn't know what any of them have. He knows what he's looking for, but not where he's going to find it other than a market. So presumably the closest one to him.
Okay. You can kind of see them on the map.
Yeah.
So there's a
I
market next to
guess
Tower
the
Borough, but there's also a market between Hart's Farthing, which is the sports district, and North Farthing, which is where Ujo's going.
I gotcha.
Basically, all of the stuff is more or less going to be on the way to.
Yeah, I guess I'll go to this market.
Okay. Let me look for something that's not going to annoy the hell out of me.
And Destroyer is, of course, a tag-along.
Yeah. Uh,
I've changed my mind. I'm going to go with Ujo to the zoo.
okay. Let me figure out a way to. I can cheat a little bit right here because I don't have a set temple ward. So one of these is going to be the temple ward. And it's going to be this one. That's a really bad color for that. That's also a really bad color for that. There we go. Temple ward. Okay. Um, so, in a roundabout way, you can kind of get through here. You show the guards your paperwork. They all let you through. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but they do eventually do it. And that takes you to the market. And since this is all basically on the way, you can all stick together if you just do a big ass circle.
Yeah, where's the fun? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's going to be a big ass circle, but you can pull it off.
Yeah, I know all about, splitting up away from everyone. That one was a
Right.
very fun lesson.
Yeah, don't do that. That was my warning. Oh hey, I actually incorporated these because I'm smart and I thought ahead. And I marked out what a lot of these places do. You guys go to. This is the Tower Market. There are, as far as you can tell, like 15 stalls. It is not a lot of people going around. A handful of beggars. I'm going to kind of give you an idea what it looks like in text form, because it gave me like a little text map of the different stalls. So you can just tell me like where you guys want to go. And yes, that is basically what it looks like in the chat. You start off on the first little, right before number 1, which looks like an exotic pet stall. And by exotic pet stall, I mean exotic animal parts and, stuff to eat. There seems to be like an old wolf there, and there's just blankets laid around, and there's just like different cuts of meat, kind of drying in the sun. He's chewing on some jerky. He eyes you, sneezes a little bit.
I'm gonna send Sprocket around to see if he can catch any scent of the goo.
Okay. Sprocket's gonna go out and do Sprockety things because you don't necessarily need to give Sprocket direct control. Sprocket is reasonably smart with his 3 intelligence.
2.
2.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Sweet. Okay, he will let you know if he finds something. So, are you guys going to go stall by stall? Or is there anything you're looking for in particular, or you can shout out a number?
Monty is hunting down a blacksmith.
Okay. F1, by the way, looks like a pretty big fountain, too. There's some people, like a bard singing, like a little bird bard. So Monty's walking down basically the front row. And you find, after a couple of stalls, there's somebody who looks like they're selling armor at stall 6. There's a tall cat, like a really tall cat. And
is it just armor they're selling, or?
There's armor, but it looks more like leather. And there's some armor that's inscribed with some stuff. The stall across the lane from him at 7 sells bases.
Interesting.
But there doesn't look like... you also saw another armorer, but it didn't look like... You don't really see a full-on blacksmith here. This is more where they take their goods to sell, but this isn't the actual smithery.
Okay, in that case, Monty will actually go up to the tall cat behind the leather working presentation.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Actually, I was hoping you might be able to point me in the direction of something.
Yes.
He sort of gestures to his back, his great axe. I was aiming to replace this, but I wasn't sure where I could purchase weapons around here. Could you point me in a direction?
He kind of thinks a little bit, and thinks for a lot bit. Well, I know there used to be a guy who was in North Market. He sells axes. She sells axes. Good luck with that. Let me think. The Rogues Market has. There's a guy there sells some axes, and a girl there who sells some axes. And let me think about South Market. What's in South Market? Why is the map to South Market looking really stupid? Nobody in South Market, I think, sells axes. The smithies in the Rogues Ward. There's a couple smithies out there. There's a crafting district. He spits a couple more times. But yeah, good luck getting to North Market. That's where they usually been selling them.
And is that the case for most weaponry, I take?
There's a couple people who sell stuff. Where are we at here? Yeah, nobody here sells much in the way of weapons except her over there, and she mostly has big beat sticks. And she's just kind of like, better to keep you away with.
She sounds lovely. Alright, thank you.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay. Who else wants to go somewhere?
Well, when we get into I don't necessarily want to go anywhere per se.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I do that. See, us going to the market does remind me, and I say out loud like, I need some goggles. And then I just start looking. I basically just follow Manny around, and now I just follow Manny around at this point. I'm just waiting until we go to where I need to go.
Is the bard at the fountain singing about anything in particular? Just singing in general.
Random song generator.
Never mind. But no, like, announcements or...
Nah, he's
Anything
mostly just like doing the normal like street busking routine. He's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to make the deal sing or anything like that. That's wrong.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to be singing. But I could paste lyrics, is where I was going with that one. But it
as long
doesn't
as it's
seem
not
very interesting. It's just some
current
pleasant
events.
music.
I'm not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money. Give me a perception. Not money. Mason. Give me a perception check to find some goggles, perhaps. Well, I have excellent news for you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find goggles, but you do find a small little, like a mouse kid with his hand in your pocket.
Hey!
He
You see, reflect.
Go ahead and get a. He's gonna try and bolt right away.
Right. That's what. I was wondering, did I need to do a reflex or try to grab his hand?
So give me an athletics or acrobatics.
Whichever one is.
Yeah, whichever one you prefer. All right, you actually grab him, like dart out, kind of catch his tail. He squeaks super loud. He's like, I wasn't trying anything by it, mister.
And I slowly just pull him back by his tail.
You look
More
like
so not to, yank and just,
Right.
cause more pain. I would just pull him back.
just kind of reel him in.
Basically,
like,
I get down, like, I hunch down to, where I'm almost eye level, or I guess where I'm eye level to him, and I'm like, obviously, I know what you were doing. Why were you doing it?
You look like you had plenty to spare.
Why do you need it?
Mouse.
Huh?
It's a pretty ballsy mouse.
Yes.
Sorry.
Like, what? Why exactly do you need it?
Because I'm hungry?
You're hungry.
Yeah. Mouse gotta eat.
You're right. A mouse does have to eat.
You look like you could spare it.
I take it.
I wasn't gonna steal
Yeah,
from
you
that
must
guy.
have-
He points at Manny. He can barely afford
I
clothes.
I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that aloud in front of him if I were you.
He goes,
But
he probably can't speak Avon.
I wouldn't doubt that. Um. So, what's your name?
Daniel?
Daniel.
Danya.
Okay. Oh, Sanya.
Danya.
Danya. Okay. All right. So, Danya.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's going to see me do this.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
He sees you do
I'll
this.
pull out. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I pull out a gold piece and I put it in his hand, like I'm going to shake his hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, "This should be enough." I'm like, "Well, unfortunately, I'm not as loaded as you think I am.
He looks
But
at you skeptically.
I hope that and I put emphasis on hope that someone may bless you with the means to provide for yourself and your family." And then I'll let his hand go.
All right.
And hope that hope that he palms his hand quickly because there's a gold piece in his hand.
Right. He gets it. You actually like look down and the gold piece is already gone. He seems to be pretty good. His sleight of hand, by the way, was 20, and your perception was 22. So, damn. I almost thought you weren't gonna get it.
That was very nice of you, Mason.
Wait, y'all saw that?
Ujo did.
I didn't do nothing.
Ujo did. Ujo sees everything.
Carry on, carry forth, and so forth.
Yeah. He kind of takes it, and you see him. Looks like he's heading out of the market.
Can I motion to him to come to me?
Yeah.
If he sees me.
Kid comes your
Does
way.
he? And I say, can you get across the wall into the inner part of the city?
He goes, yeah. I know some holes in the wall.
Okay. Cool. I quickly write out a little note to the Arcanist Guild Hall, and just basically write it down. You seem quick on your feet. Can you take this message to the Arcanist Guild Hall?
I know where that is.
I'll send a whisper to you to tell you what's in it.
Okay. Meanwhile, Mason, you found there's like some books and some musical instruments, but you see some goggles there, and it's like a big fat, like, hound dog. There's some stuff in a couple different hand carts.
You said instruments?
Like,
and you
there's some musical instruments, some books, and then some, like, spyglass, goggles, that sort of thing.
Right. All right, so I walk over to that particular cart.
What do you want?
Super friendly.
Hello. I mean, I did just wake him up, probably.
Yeah, he's irritable. He looks like he has mange. He looks ugly.
I'm sorry for waking you up, sir.
Yeah,
But-
so,
I see you have goggles, and I see you have. Is that a guitar? Am I looking at a guitar? And I just walk over to where the guitars are at.
You have no idea what he's saying. He's speaking with a pretty thick accent.
I look down. Where's Ujo at?
Probably right next to you.
So I look down. So I look at Ujo. You know what he's saying?
Would Ujo be able to understand him?
You can kind of. He's still a little hard to understand. Does Ujo understand him? Do you speak Canid? I think you only speak Elf.
I speak quite a few languages.
Yeah, you mostly speak like 3 different kinds of Draconic and Wolf. So yeah, you actually do speak it.
Okay.
He's just saying,
Yeah,
that's a elven bow, or not an elven bow, but a Avon harp, which is a guitar. He's selling it for about 50 gold, which you know is still pretty expensive for a guitar.
It is, and I kind of cough to myself slightly.
Looks like his prices are pretty high, but it does look like a really nice guitar. Despite him looking trashy, his stuff is pretty good quality.
So we're looking at maybe masterwork quality.
Not quite masterwork, but definitely like fine quality.
Okay. And I actually walk the cart until I actually get to where the goggles and the visors are at, basically.
Yep. Those are going for about 40, which again you think might be a little high, but it's clean glass. It doesn't look like trash glass. It looks pretty solid. You may even get a little bit of
Right.
magnification out of it. He's a
These are
he's
nice.
a block out the light if it gets bright. Glass changes color.
That is really.
Yeah. In the day it gets dark. At night it gets light.
Ah, okay. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen any like this.
High quality.
Very high quality. I can see. From what I've seen of your cart, sir, you have nothing but the highest quality stuff.
Only the best. Roll persuasion.
Oh god, this is not going to be good. And let me see. Holy crap!
Yeah, that happens. Stop blowing
Yeah,
smoke up my
didn't-
ass. You're gonna buy something?
Honestly, I would. The goggles and the guitar are very nice, but I don't have that much. I am sorry.
Because yeah, you didn't look like the type. This guy's just an asshole.
Of course. I chuckle slightly and I just walk off.
Yeah.
And I
Is
just
Monty
oh,
near?
You're actually like not too far away.
Monty will walk up, look down at Mason. How short are you?
well, the guitar is 50. The goggles are 40.
How much do you have?
13.
Oh,
I'll have to come back. I'll have to come back some other time. Don't bother. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he's a base paladin. He's not exactly rich.
alright.
But thank you though. Have you found what you're looking for?
No one in this damn town sells weapons that isn't currently boarded off due to the quarantine, so I'm afraid I'm just going to be sitting this one out.
Yeah, he definitely like the North Market was where they sold the weapons, and that one got shut down. Well, you don't know if it got shut down, but
He's hoping that the people in the quarantine, because they're quarantined too.
Yep.
The question then becomes: do you think that this is because of the Lord? And I put Lord in quotation marks. Do you think it's because of him?
What, the disease?
No. The fact that there aren't any weapons that are being sold right now.
It's a possibility.
I
Also,
swear,
it just
by the end
seems
of
that if the smithy is in the north quarter that's cordoned off,
the smithy's actually almost right where you guys were eating last night. It's just it's in that district nearby.
we could go straight to the source, to go to the smithy instead of the market where they sell them. In that case, but yeah,
Well,
it's a
normally I would be a
possibility.
fan
I
of
don't know.
that. I have a hunch that in this town there will be a service fee to have a special request, one of which I will not be able to afford for what I'm desiring.
Right.
Well, in that case, maybe we should clear the disease, and then we can go to the North Market.
Then again,
Yeah.
if we clear the disease, we probably can get anything out of this. We can probably get anything out of these people.
That's fair.
We clear
as
the
well.
disease, I would like to get my great sword for free instead of paying for it. Being completely
Exactly.
honest.
Exactly. I would love to get some other stuff too.
I'm a humble individual, but this axe is a little unwieldy for me.
It is a big
Really?
ass axe.
I actually look at when he mentions. I actually look at the axe. I'm like, really? You swung that thing like a champ last night. Cleaved the guy almost in twain.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's perfectly efficient, but I'm not much of a fan of axes. Sadly, I lost track of some of my gear along the years, and I've been using this as sort of just a filler.
What is your weapon
Reasonable.
of choice?
My weapon of choice is actually a spiked chain, but I haven't seen them in a long time, so I was hoping at least to get a great sword. I'm comfortable with them.
Okay.
Those little weapons of yours, you said they're ancestral, right?
Yes.
Interesting. And he'll go back to sort of just spacing out.
That is all the conversation. That is enough conversation for one day.
I think that's about as much as you've gotten at him for a while. Anybody else looking for anything in particular?
I
No.
did want to get some jerky and maybe dry goods.
Okay. Yeah, that first jerky seller.
Yeah, the old wolf.
Right.
So
I'll
we're
go
just
with
gonna go
Udo
talk to
to
him.
translate.
All right. Be Udo's translator.
Yeah.
Exotic meats happens to be the type of business that my players in SKT were trying to start. They're trying to sell dragon's meat at exorbitant prices, like a platinum for a plate.
Wow.
I've actually.
They actually managed to go on this long-ass spree to convince a bunch of nobles to check it out for their grand opening, so they were able to get away with that price, but oh my goodness, they've put so much work into just selling dragon meat.
One of my characters actually, I don't know if you guys know who I can't think of his name, but it's an anime where all he does is he just hunts exotic and dangerous food. Or it's a manga. I actually have a character who literally hunts for exotic and dangerous food, so
That's pretty solid.
Toriko, that's it.
What's your goal in life? To eat everything.
Yeah, no, I've seen some rangers that are literally that. They,
I mean, he started out as a thief, but you know, things happened.
right. Okay. He has a fair range of like animal parts, and they all look pretty jerkied. Like desiccated almost. Give me a perception check. Or a nature check. Whichever one you want.
Okay, perception. Or what else did you say?
Or nature.
Nature.
Yeah.
Alright, Aw.
No.
Oh.
They smell not good.
Oh.
Aw.
Not like spoiled, but very salty.
What other like dry goods would they have? Like beans or anything?
Like what?
Any like other dried food that it would stay a bit?
Stall 3 a little bit down seems like they have some iced food and there's some herbs not too far away. And then there's some like
Herbs.
there's some like regular like market food trucks basically serving like meat pies, dried fruits, what amounts to french fries.
Okay. I'll go check out the meat pies then and dried fruit.
Okay. There's one vendor that has some meat pies. They're selling them for about $1 a piece, and they're like basically empanada sized.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ujo's gonna stock up on those.
There's an empanada place near us that I drop my roommate off, and every day I pass this empanada place. I'm like, man, I want some empanadas. I figured you'd
Yeah.
appreciate that. So yeah, so they're
Yeah.
about 2 silver for an empanada.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get like 6 of them.
All right, you get it. He'll give you a dozen for 10 silver, or half a dozen for
Okay.
10.
Joe goes for that, and then he gets some dried fruit too.
Okay, there's just like a dried trail mix place. You get like a little bag of trail mix, like a little Ziploc, basically.
Okay. So you said no weapons earlier, like not even used ones?
So there's maces. There's just no like axes. Um,
Any daggers? Like small daggers?
there's some knives, but that's the angry wolf guy who's kind of a dick and expensive.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah. There are some thieves' tools in one of the stalls. And he has shields, leather armor, and like he calls them adventuring supplies, but you recognize them as thieves' tools, like lockpicks and
Okay.
crowbars.
I mean, he kind of has to call them adventuring supplies.
Right.
You can't really call them thieves' tools.
Right.
You sure I already have that or not?
You have thieves' tools? Yeah, you probably do. Let me look.
Yeah, so I don't think I would need more of that.
No. It's mostly to get extras.
Can't think of anything else Ujo would want.
Let's put these in there. Oh no, I think I just gave somebody else thieves' tools. It's the one problem with the compendium drops. It very often doesn't know what's where.
Right.
Okay, so you just want a bunch of rations? You get some ration supplies too.
Yep.
You get like,
Ujo is mostly interested in.
yeah, food. You get 6 rations. You put them in your like little saddle bags.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We got your character rounded out. All right, is that it for the marketplace?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next up is either Tower Borough. If you go to Tower Borough, then Temple Ward, you can keep going on like on your little round trip.
Yeah, I've still got Sprocket just kind of ranging around
Yeah, he
nearish.
sees you coming back, and he notes that by the river there's like occasional traces of it, just kind of here and there along the river.
Okay.
Well, who needs to Who needs to come to the tower, bro?
We all need to go to the Tower Borough to talk to the person who was buying stuff from the dock ward,
Collector.
Yeah,
the collector,
Got it. Okay.
and
Karurius.
see what he bought that may or may not. While we approach the house or whatever, I specifically want Sprocket to kind of do a round
Okay.
around the estate, if at all possible.
Wait,
ahead
we're
and-
approaching the house now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
this is kind of like a fancy district.
So he probably needs to be a little sneaky about it.
Yeah, roll stealth
On him,
Yeah,
or I'll just hit stealth. Like,
yeah, because he has a stealth button. Well, I'm looking to see what sorts
Looking
of
for a stealth
shenanigans
button.
are in this ward, if there's anything in particular. No, I didn't actually have anything planned for this one.
I don't see his stealth button.
If it's okay with you guys, I would like
There it is.
to do divine sense first to see if there's like anything. See if I get like a feel thing.
Yeah. There you go. Yep, he is ninja'd out. Okay, cool.
Want to wait for him to do a lap around.
Yeah. And you can flip your goggles down and see through his vision
Yeah,
too.
and if somebody will keep their eye out on me, I'll
Yeah.
do that because I can't see anything else while I'm doing that.
Yep.
I imagine.
Um,
Put a little lens down over my good eye.
Yep. And he's gonna get an advantage on that, and he um finds out that there are a couple of guards. There look like 2 guards near the entrance because this is a fairly well-off house. 2 guards guarding the entrance, but not a lot of activity inside the house.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't smell anything around.
Doesn't smell the black goo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I put the lens back up.
Okay.
I'm satisfied that we can at least go up to the door and knock. Are you guys cool with that?
Mason, your divine sense. Let me click on that real quick. I don't think it does anything really weird.
Well, it would. I think it would basically tell me if there's either good or evil. Is basically it.
It detects it detects if there's elementals around.
Oh, okay. So okay, all right. So,
Basically,
never mind then.
what it does is you send like a ping, and then it tells you how many elementals are within like your vision.
Okay. So I will do this to clarify.
Cough, I need this magic. Cough.
So it turns out that there's an air elemental nearby.
How far?
Looks like it from what you imagine, it looks like they have an air elemental like security guard basically.
And I basically say like, there's an air elemental here.
It's normally invisible, but your ping caught it.
It looks
that
like
gonna be a problem?
it looks like it's the security.
And that's not unheard of to have like.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like saying they have a fairly large guard dog.
Okay.
Like real basic, yeah. I would say relatively harmless.
Not harmless. Could probably kick your ass, but.
Oh,
not,
absolutely would.
Not like, oh shit, they have an elemental.
But what I was thinking more or less like relatively harmless if you're, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not meaning ill will. If not, then, you have problems on your hands.
Yeah, if you're not cool, it's going to get rough.
I'll get Sprocket back in the bag just to kind of. All right. Walk up to the front door and take a knock.
All right. There's actually a doorbell.
Oh, ring the doorbell.
Bing, 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 bing.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
From somewhere on the door, you hear a voice. Do you have an appointment?
I do not have an appointment.
Probably be the
Can I make one here? Or
You hear like there's like a pause. What is your business here?
my name is Flip Planestrider. I'm with the Arcanimist Guild, and I just had a few questions about the master of the house's collection. Just thought I could check it out if possible.
There's a short delay, and then you hear them reply, "The master of the house is not currently available. However, we can set up a meeting at the Arcanimist Hall if you'd wish. Perhaps later this evening."
Sure. Yeah, it came to my attention that he made a purchase a few weeks ago.
The master makes many purchases.
I'm sure he does. But this one happened, and I consult the note, so I give him the date that the item came in. So if at all possible, if he could bring that item with him to the meeting?
That may be a little difficult, as that item has significant weight to it.
Would it be possible for me to come back and meet him here?
We will leave a calling card for you at the guild office.
Thank you. I'm good. If everybody else is good.
Okay. Yeah, as far as you can tell, they seem kind of legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't really insight, so you're not too sure, but they don't seem like they're lying. Or they were trying to brush you off or anything.
Yeah.
So you'll have an appointment.
I'll take my face value for now, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
So you definitely got what amounts to an appointment later this evening. All right.
Yeah.
Now we are heading up to Temple Ward, right?
Let me see.
That seems next on the list.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's the Firebird Temple, which I wrote really small. It's the Firebird Shrine, which I should probably make like 20-point font.
So see, there's
So there.
this would be this would be like a shrine to the Phoenix, or a shrine of the cleansing flame.
So this looks more like the elemental flame shrine.
Okay.
It's more of the like non-denominational one.
Okay.
There doesn't appear to be too many Avon temples. Because you're not like a super majority. There's a couple. Let me roll to see if there's going to be a Phoenix one. Doop, 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 doop. Nope, no Phoenix temple here.
Okay, so I will go to the fire shrine.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's not uncommon to be like the Phoenix worshippers would come to the fire shrine. You're like sister churches. You help each other out.
Right.
And your acolyte background. Trying to figure out how to help Ujo.
Well, I kind of figured. Yeah, I know that's just tragic.
All right.
I kind of figured that they would know about what I used to do, and therefore that is it's not like it's one of those like, okay, we bring you in, like we'll accept you because you're practicing the same thing we practice, and that's good, but you're still like, it's like, ugh.
Because of your shelter of the faithful background, they're perfectly willing to like give you mild assistance. You can even stay there if you need to.
Right,
and
but it's one to be.
The rad thing is you get free spellcasting services, which is sweet. Because that
Spellcasting services like
heal and like revive.
Okay.
Yeah, because
okay,
you have to provide material components.
Oh yeah.
But they'll do stuff for you.
Right. Like I kind of figured that it would be one of those like, we'll help you, but we don't like the fact that we have to help you. It's like, we have to help you, but we don't like it. That's the way I see it.
No, they're actually pretty cool with you. Because
I must have did some good work with them then.
Yeah, like they're closed Discord. Okay. Yeah, they're actually like very friendly to you. You're kind of like the equivalent of
stay outside.
Yeah, of a missionary. You may not necessarily be of their church, but they also, you're not like actively against them.
No, no, not.
It's not like Catholic and Protestant. It's more like Baptist and evangelical.
Right.
Like you may not believe the same stuff, but you still, in the end, as far as they're concerned, you worship the fire. So that's good enough. And you know obviously have the service and record that you've done good work, so they're absolutely willing to help you out. So
Right.
there's a priest. There's like a ginger cat. His fur looks like slightly patchy in places. How may I help you, master?
Honestly, I was curious as to see if there was a temple, if there was a shrine dedicated to the fire, to the flame in this city. And I was just wondering where it was. Now that I found you, I'm actually grateful that I found you.
Well, as you know, the flame travels everywhere.
Yes, it does.
The wildfire burns across the land. And once
Cleansing.
started, it is impossible to extinguish. And you recognize this as kind of like their standard, like,
Us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, they say they're at your service. If you need anything, you can come back to them.
All right. I bow. I thank him. Screw it. I give him a gold piece.
All right. He accepts that as a tithe, and he will make the fire. He says something along the lines of like, "May the fire burn in your chest."
Right, right. Oh, let's give myself more money. Don't want to do that. Now,
Right. Poor
we
Ujo.
get to the farthing.
Ujo is currently busy eating his delicious, delicious rations. Notably, Ujo stays far away from this place. Ujo probably, in fact,
I definitely remained outside.
yeah.
So.
Ujo
The
probably
fire.
ran ahead. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Oh wait, no, that's a different one. That's also interesting. You guys get to Hart's Farthing, which is the sporting district. There's a lot of uh, like gyms. There's a lot of like team houses, kind of things, and a lot of different fields for a lot of different sports. They definitely play that like Mayan hitball sport here, where you have to like hit check everything.
Mm.
They played it on Road to El Dorado. It's like soccer, but with your hips. You can also use your feet,
Okay.
but mostly you want to use your hips. I think she's back. Are you back, Ujo?
Oh no.
No, Ujo, no. Crank up Ujo's volume.
Oh no.
I accidentally mute it all the time, so it's like, maybe that's it? Bing. Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Basically, what I'm doing over here is now I'm just looking for a skate park.
Okay.
Um,
Um, this one right here is a skate park.
Ping it again.
I'm gonna mark it real quick. Skate park. in white, not black. Right there.
Oh, okay. I head straight there. Oh yeah.
Arena, not arena. Ballerina, fight pits. There. Okay, you're all at a skate park, and Flit, you do notice a couple more of these like hoverboardy looking things. They look like they're a little bit sleeker than his, a little bit less unwieldy, a lot shorter actually. Yeah, so if you want a skate park, go ahead and skate park. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move you all out of the way. I'm gonna actually move you like, yeah, to there. Okay, you got a 19 on your board. That's not too bad. So give me 1 second to do some shenanigans real quick. I once again accidentally saved everything to the wrong row. Because I'm super good at this. I'm the best. There. Now it's all sunk back. What kind of trick are you doing? That was
Well, I was gonna start with a 50-50.
all right. You got some
And then
basics. You get some speed going.
Yes, it's gonna be go from a 50-50 grind. Probably try to do a manual to a 5-0 into a 5-0, and then do a kickflip afterward. I played a lot of Tony Hawk as a kid.
Very reasonable. Give me 3 more checks. So,
Oh, they were terrible.
yeah. So
They were absolutely
there's
awful.
some guy who's basically doing the equivalent of like a skater duel with you and trying to trick off. You match him pretty well on the first move. He like does pretty much the same thing. Second move though, he just like kicks your ass. It's a pretty spectacular like flippy thing. Seems like he really knows how to use the board. And then you kind of do it all right, but not necessarily the best. You kind of don't hit the landing very well.
Right.
And you're doing like okay for the rest of it, and he does another okay trick, just kind of like a grind kick, and then his final trick is like a badass back hand plant thing. He definitely kicked your ass in like performance, but you didn't embarrass yourself. You were proficient.
Right. It was admirable. It was one of those, good job, kid.
Yeah, I was like, all right, you did some moves. That's cool, but you ain't pro. They're not impressed, but you also do know some moves.
Yeah, of course.
I applaud politely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Golf clap.
And I basically go once it's done, I basically go to Flint and I go, see, basically this is how it's done.
Yeah. One of the skaters, kind of
Whoa.
a thin cat, goes, "Where'd you get that one?" Pointing at your board.
I've had this for years now. I actually just got it repaired.
Oh, really?
Not too long, actually, yesterday.
Really? Where'd you get something like that? I ain't seen that model around.
It's an old model.
That explains why you got some stale moves then. He seems friendly enough, giving you like a friendly jab.
And I look at his board and I'm like, well, where did you get yours from? That's, dare I say it, that thing is beautiful.
Yeah, it's only a mid-model. I'm saving up for one of the bigger ones. I got it at Salaki's.
Hmm.
And Salaki's is um, basically right to your north. Because he's the one who crafts a lot of these, gets the hover enchantments going. We got a couple of traditional guys too, but we're trying to get a hover league going. It's a lot more fun. You get to do a lot more flips. A little less
Right.
forgiving.
Right.
Get more air. You know, the hoverboards only came out like a decade or so ago, so they're pretty new. Some of the elders don't
Yeah.
really approve, but time's changing, man.
That's why they're called elders.
Yeah, never got into that old respect your elder thing like my parents did.
It's actually, it's not a bad, it's
It's
not
a
a
whole
bad
new
thing to
world
do.
out there. You heard about what they found out west, right? Or out east.
What did they find out? What did they find out east?
They found all kinds of places we never even knew about. We thought this is where it began and ended, and turns out there's stuff everywhere.
Hmm.
I even heard they got some ancestral tech over there.
Really?
Yeah. I think my daddy's heading up to head on over and take it back. He spits and says something you don't really understand, but it sounded like a bad word.
Of course. Hmm.
So where are you from?
Ancestral tech.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you're listening in on this too.
Yeah, it just perks my ears up. That's
Yeah.
all.
I'm from one of the minor islands, like south of here.
I think your island is probably to the north.
Oh, it'd be to the north.
Yeah. You're like a bit northwest, I think. There's kind of a archipelago.
Okay, that works.
Yeah. I gotta actually draw them in here at some point or
Right.
dot them around because I don't think we have small islands resolved. But technically, the place that you're from is not usually on the map because it's like them small.
It's so small.
Yeah, it's like the small ass Polynesian islands that there's islands there, but nobody from this side of the world knows what they look like.
Right. Right.
You're like New Zealand. Most people don't bother to put your island on the map.
I mean, unless you film a multi-billion-dollar movie there.
Right, which is coming. Anybody else want to talk to this little punk kid?
No.
All right, cool.
I was actually going to ask him, kid, do you know about anything weird happening along with, like, okay, let me reword this. Do you know about anything weird that happened about 2 months ago? Maybe the reason why this whole thing started, maybe a rumor or anything of that nature?
Yeah, we had the dragon attack a little before that. That was the last one. Guards started acting up not too long after that. Started taking people, but they can't catch us.
Of course not.
So we just been avoiding them.
Are they
causing
just
trouble?
You said they're
Right.
taking people. Are they taking just anybody, or are they taking specific type of, like, just strangers or townies?
A lot of the lower class folk who live in some of the south districts by Hartsward, some of the rogue districts.
Mhm.
But
But not just
not really
not just
anybody.
tourists, but actual people that live. Just anybody?
Yeah, they started taking a lot of locals.
Why
The
locals?
town guard patrols ramped up pretty heavily.
Okay.
We keep an eye out for them. We any kind of trails off.
Yeah, stay safe, man.
He kind of looks around a little bit. He looks slightly nervous. You're just not sure why. He goes, "Yeah, see you
Well,
around."
yeah, man. And I hold my fist out for like a fist bump.
Yeah, he does like the Avon equivalent of a fist bump. Or he's a cat. Yeah, he does a cat bump. Meow. Cat scratch. All right. Next stop was
The zoo.
to
The zoo, I believe.
Currently, the zoo is closed? Question mark. Did Ujo make it back in? No, Ujo did not make it back in. Sad Ujo. There it is. There's like street magicians, puppet shows. There's a lot of theater out here too. This is like the one in Rogue's Ward was more of like a upper class opera kind of deal. This is more like spectacle, like Cirque du Soleil stuff. A lot of musicals, all different kinds of quality. You're probably seeing like the dog equivalent of Hamilton here. A lot of circus performers. And then you guys make it to the zoo, which is currently down for maintenance.
Maintenance.
There's a big sign on the zoo here that says closed for maintenance.
Oh, darn.
You're not really sure what to think of that. You don't actually hear anything in there either, or like hear sounds that you would associate with maintenance. It just says
I can
closed for
send
maintenance.
Sprocket in to take a look.
You could send Sprocket in to take a look. Give me a perception.
That actually would be
Somebody
a
want
good
to watch
idea.
my back while I do this real quick? Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so
Gotcha.
send Sprocket.
Sprocket,
Do my perception for myself or perception for
Sprocket.
Sprocket?
Yeah. You get to use Sprocket's perception.
All right. I also want to use his stealth,
Yeah.
which isn't good. He's a very noisy boy.
Just walking in the middle of the road instead of in the shadows
Yeah.
like he should be. Through Sprocket's eyes, you see that there's actually not a lot of animals in there at the moment, and many of the cages look like they've been, like, trashed.
Trash. Does Sprocket smell any goo?
Give me one more. Alright, Ujo's
Yay,
back.
Ujo's back.
Ujo's back. Back again. Yeah, with an 11, Sprocket actually gets, like, steps in some goo in the, like, there's a little bit of black goo, and it is
Do you
a
want?
damn good thing that he's, robotic.
Yeah.
Do you want us to do a passive perception, or do you want us to do a perception at all?
Go for it. Do a perception. Mason, you can you're like listening, craning, and you can't hear anything really.
That's odd.
Like it seems like it's abandoned.
Right. That's really odd.
Related. There is goo there. There's goo in it. It's interesting. Can Sprocket go further? Can Sprocket kind of tell where there should be more, and go towards that, or
Sprocket's not super comfortable at the moment with the goo.
all right.
Sprocket definitely gets the impression that it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, I'll bring Sprocket back, but don't let him touch anybody in the party before I clean him up
Yeah.
with my shenanigans. Just kind of clean and disinfect him real quick.
Yeah. Once he gets out of like 100 feet of you, he starts to you start to lose touch.
Yeah, so
Basically,
so
your
before he gets too
Wi-Fi
far
signal
away,
fades. Yeah.
yeah, so bring him back before he gets too far out, and clean him up before he touches anything. So
Cool.
So yeah, there's something hinky going on for sure. Are there any guards posted?
No, actually, and he didn't
Is there
see
anyone
any.
around at all?
There's people around here, but they're mostly not in this area. It looks like there's a lot of new developments.
I go
Um,
foot.
a lot,
I'm
like, so
sorry.
the zoo's been cordoned off. A lot of the adjacent buildings, I'll actually mark it off in red for you. Bam, bam, and I remembered to go into the right layer this time. So like,
So like,
I
like
go foot.
this whole
Do you
area is kind of
hear?
like abandoned.
Do you hear? Like, listen. What do you hear?
I'll roll perception on that.
What do your bunny ears hear?
What do your bunny ears here?
Do you get advantage on that? Because you're bunnies?
No, do I have keen senses because of bunny?
No,
That'd be kind of
I
cool.
thought I gave you something stupid from bunny. Oh, I
You
think
gave me
you
a
got bunny hop.
adorable and bunny hop. Yeah, I didn't get anything.
You got
Um,
a bunny hop.
I do have a bunny hop. I get advantage to athletics checks involving jumps.
Yep.
That's
Anyway,
so cool.
I also get I'm also adorable, but that's beside the point.
Charm.
You guys
Plus
do actually
5.
hear something.
Oh,
You hear a resounding
What?
crash,
oh,
Oh, that's not good.
like metal rending.
from the
Like
zoo.
some.
Scarce animal.
That's no good.
It-
Are there other entrances than the main entrance that's currently blocked off? Is there any other way to get in?
there's probably some side entrances. Like
You
this
got
is a you hear like a loud yell, and you notice that your friendly neighborhood barbarian is missing.
Ah, crap.
oh damn it! Can we tell where he went?
Yeah, Sprocket can find him.
Okay, I'm gonna send Sprocket to find him.
Okay. When you find him, you see him. He managed to wedge himself in between like two bars of the gate, like kind of chest deep, but like his massive rippling chest is like on the other side, and then his legs are kind of sticking out the other side.
Pooh Bear in it. Okay.
I know what this looks like.
Mhm.
I was just trying to open the gate, and I
Yeah.
kind of slipped through instead of impacting it properly, and
Mm.
now I can't quite seem to.
He
He struggles a little bit.
he missed a shoulder
Get out.
charge.
Let's see. Do I have any oil or such?
Well,
Okay.
having Manny stuck in the gate seems like a pretty good place to end
To
this
stop.
section. Yeah. And then we can come back next week with Manny halfway through the gate and zoo
Call
adventures. Yeah. 'Cause we had a nice solid like
Yay.
4-hour session.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like that was like a good full solid session. I think
We did the thing.
yeah, like it was like 3.5 hours altogether.
Let's see. You had a battle. You had 2 battles.
Mhm.
some character development, some story, some little bit of story being filled out.